Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. This is a current update on where I'm at on my game right now. I've completely remade the entire front end. See, I've added a logo. This is going to change. This is just something to get it there, and this is the temporary Beefalo Bart Gaming logo. I've added the logo in for Technoaxe, and if you can hear the music playing in the background, which I'll shut up for a second. Can be found on the website for Technoaxe, and this is a soundscape. This was, I think, the second one in the list. I forget the name of it right now, but I think it really sets a good tone. It's not overbearing. It's not really melodramatic, but it's not overemphasized. I think it's just a good, clean audio track to really set the tone of the menu. It's one of those things where if you set it, you're okay, I'm in the main menu, I'm going to go AFK, it's not obtrusive. It's pleasant. It's easy to listen to. If you're not familiar with Technoaxe, definitely worth taking a look at his website and listening to some of his music, man. He's really good. Now, back to the main menu here. This section right here is going to be, I'll have other things to display in this section right here. But you see I added in, this will be the player character. And right now I don't have any other characters imported. So for now you just got the UE4 mannequin. And as you can see, he's animated. I'll come up with something different for the player and for the animation to play right here. As you mouse over the buttons here, you can see they light up a little bit without being too over the top. The exit game does work quite well. If you were to click on gameplay mode, the main menu doesn't do anything, but click on that and you're able to go to single player. Right now it's just a placeholder map. It doesn't do anything. It's just a little small platform. You stand there and look, hey, this is something. Okay. Multiplayer doesn't do anything at all right now. I am restructuring the way that players go into a multiplayer environment, and as soon as I get that going a little bit better, I'll get into it. And tutorial map is what I've been focusing on right now, getting some features in there that are functional so that the player can do something with, and I'll go ahead and I'll show that here in just a minute. Now, once you've got this one open, if you were to just click on gameplay mode again, it will collapse it, or you can click on it again, open it back up. But if you go to another option, it will collapse that one and show this one. And I don't have anything set in these just yet. These are relatively easy and quick to put in. I just didn't see a need yet, but for a video you'll be able to change your display like 1080p or 14K or whatever. You set your video resolutions, and same with that. If you click it, it'll expand or collapse back down, or you can click on something else and it'll go away. Now, going to the news, as you can see here, covered that right there. I added a little bit of a shaded background so it would stand out a little bit more without standing out too much, and darkened up these. So to find out more on each version, click to the left and read more. Alright, so if you click on that one, it'll actually show, and I'm not going to do that. If you want to read it, download it and look at it yourself. I'll post a link here if you like, and you can download and try this version just to see what it looks like so I can get some more feedback. But again, you can click on these and expand them the same way. If you were to click on this one and then click on this one, they expand and collapse nice and neat. So I wanted to clean up the news section a little bit and get that to where it looks a little bit better. And this is going to be fine for now, but as you can see, once you click on some of the ones that have longer descriptions, and I'm still having some issues with the confirming the clicks here, but you've only got so much room of which you can actually put this text in. So what I'm going to end up doing eventually is having this section right here for the news do pretty much the same thing, but obtain the information from an external website. That way I don't have to keep doing another build of the game to show the latest updates, or I can actually reverse the order and put the newest update on top or whatever. Just I need some input from other people on what you think the the game should look like on each of these sections. Now to go back into, and we'll go into the map, and keep in mind this is not a completed item in any way, shape, or form. And one thing I do need to add is a travel map, which is like a loading screen between maps. I haven't done that yet. It's relatively quick, I just haven't done it. So as soon as you click on the tutorial map, again, there's not much here. As you can see, these vending machines were set up to run in darker areas. I've got some that are meant for running in lighter areas, and I'll show those more. And then these do work. When you walk up close to them, you'll get a little text that'll pop up. It'll just say press E to shop. If you walk away, it'll just go away. It doesn't require any action on you to get rid of it if you don't want it to. But if you do want to shop there, you press the E key, and I'll do that on the ones on the inside. But they do work. And the door, yeah, how do you get in? The door seems to be closed. The door is set up to run automatically. It's not, and pardon the lighting, I don't do lighting. But the door will automatically open and close. I could speed it up, or I could slow it down, whatever. The way that I've done it, it works. It's a little glitchy at times. And yeah, the restaurant section will actually change quite a bit. What I've done was I took all four chairs and a table, set them up in this configuration, and then I converted all of them into a single static mesh so that I could just plop them down and then set the coordinates in so that they would be symmetrically placed. And what I mean by symmetrically placed, if you look at this row right here looking this way, they're perfectly in line. They're using the same coordinate for the XY. Same thing if you were to look this way. They're all perfectly in line that way. So just, it helps with my OCDs. And these two are the ones that work in lighted areas. So if you walk over to, see, this is a drink machine. You press E, and this is also a temporary window, and it gives you a mouse cursor. Now you can actually, as you can see, this is a temporary bar down here. You start off with 10 credits. This is going to be your hunger bar, and it works. And this is the thirst bar, it also works. And this is your health. Now, for now, these are just going to get by until I actually create a full player HUD. But if you decide you want to go ahead and get a Beefalo Cola. Now, if you watch in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, whenever I click on it, beverage purchased, and it took 1 credit away from my money. I clicked on it again. I'm not thirsty, so it's not actually taking the money away, and it's not letting me get another drink. And for now, where it's saying you are not thirsty, I'll probably move that over to somewhere else or do something else with it. You know, these buttons will change. These are just placeholders. Everything is a lot of placeholders right now, and you can actually click to leave the machine, or you can actually walk away from the machine. Either way works. And seem to be having a problem here. It's not letting me go back into it, and I think I know what the problem is. That happens. It's just I forgot to put a loop in somewhere. Same thing with the food. Whenever you go into it, and yeah, it's going to act up. So the same thing with the food. You know, if you're not hungry, it won't let you buy the food. Until I add an inventory system, you know, it's not going to let you keep refilling anything, and it's not going to let you go over the top. Just to help test a few other things, I've added a quick cheat menu in. So if I wanted to add plus 10 to my health, or if I want to take 10 away, you can see a little thing over here, ouch, that hurts. Bandage applied. And you can adjust your health with this just as a testing mechanism. Fix my thirst, or I can take my thirst away. So these are just to make sure that there's good functionality on the bars. And if you were to take all your thirst away. What'll happen is whenever you get your pulse, the delay section. So whenever you're dehydrated, it sends you into a state of dehydration. And what I'll end up doing is putting maybe a light blue vignette or something to let you know, hey, you're thirsty. Once this actually bottoms out completely to zero, then what'll happen is you'll actually start taking health damage. And once you get all the way down on your health, then you'll actually die. I don't have any way of showing the death animation just yet because I haven't added it, but we'll leave the thirst down at zero. We'll go ahead and close that menu, and we'll see what happens here. As for not being able to talk to these guys again, that's something I can fix in less than 5 minutes. It wasn't doing this before, and it's just a minor issue. It's just a matter of I forgot to change one thing or add one thing to it. And yes, with the cheat menu, you can bump credits down. And what I've done is you actually have change 7.75. I got 650 now. Oh, I can keep taking all my money away. Oh, I've only got a quarter. Dang, I'm broke. Alright, so leaving it at a quarter, what I can actually do is the save game system does work. Now my thirst is down. If I were to close the game and come back into it, or exit and go back to the main menu, which let's do that real quick. If for right now the escape menu is quite temporary, you can actually just open it or close it. You can actually go back to the main menu. And if I go back into the game, what happens when you hit that exit of the main menu, it performs a save game. It actually saves everything so that whenever you go back into it, everything is back to where it was. Alright, so my thirst is just about gone. And we'll go ahead and for the heck of it, we'll go ahead and dump my hunger down as well. What I should do is set up the cheat menu on a flip-flop so you can actually close it or open it. So, and of course you're going to take a while. I've got the, I think the thirst and the hunger settings are not bad on the delay times on them. They're different between hunger and thirst, and eventually we'll end up changing it to where if I'm just standing still, then I'm going to use less water and food, so the rate will slow down when you're not moving. But the more you're moving and the faster you're moving, the more you're jumping and doing things, will actually affect it a lot more. Open Sesame. There's a lot of different ways to actually open and close doors. This one's probably not the best. It's a little bit glitchy, but I wanted it to experiment. So when you get within a certain proximity, the door opens. It'll stay open until you actually move, and then it'll close. You could use the same effect that I've done on this one. Instead of doing a rotation, you can increase or decrease the amount of rotation, or you could actually have it slide to the left or slide to the right. That way, it could be like a Star Trek door or whatever, a sci-fi door where it can slide straight down or straight to the left or straight to the right or straight up, whatever, like a portcullis gate where it just slides up and down. As you can see now, since my thirst and hunger are zeroed out, my health is starting to diminish. So I'm going to come over here to a snack machine, and I'm going to buy some Beefalo bars. Oh, I don't have enough money. So now you just go back in here and bring them back up. And the way I've got everything set, it won't go past a certain level whenever you're increasing it. I'll make some adjustments to it just to kind of level it out, make it a little bit more realistic. Let's see, I can purchase. Yep, I don't know why that's bugging out again, but I will fix that. That's something that's quick and easy to fix. Alright, well, that should be enough to give you a basic gist of what we're doing so far. And I am looking for some help on this project. I need someone that's good with maps, that can knock out stuff relatively quickly. So if you're interested in joining the team, I do need some map people, at least one good map person, someone that's good with lighting, somebody that's good with Steam, Blueprint integration, things like that. Just catch up with me on Discord and we can talk. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next update.